Hey, listen, I don't want to be that guy anymore that comes on here and bashes Microsoft. I'm not saying I'll stop, and I'm not saying I won't report the news. I just believe that Microsoft is losing so badly right now. I don't even think they deserve a response from me. You know what I'm saying? My main thing right now is just basically hyping up Japanese games, hyping up the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be that. I think Microsoft, when I seen this E3, it further solidified that they're just a losing company in this console war. They've lost ever since the announcement of the Xbox One. It's been over. I really feel like they're doing so bad. They don't even deserve a response from somebody as great as I am. I'm literally one of the greatest YouTubers of all time, and my greatness should not be wasted on bashing Phil Spencer, who knows nothing about gaming, Microsoft, who knows nothing about gaming. They're just nothing but a bunch of corporate slime balls. Facts. But I will say this. I almost bought an Xbox One. I was very close to buying an Xbox One because I didn't know where Sony was going to take their brand in the next 5 or 4 or 3 or even the next year following. Sony was really scaring me coming into the PlayStation 4 era by launching games like Killzone and The Order. I really thought they were going to go back into that direction again by trying to cater to a audience that I don't think is really there. I was driving the other day and I was thinking, and I was like, I don't think there is a first-person shooter audience. You know, I mean, Call of Duty sells like hotcakes, but I think people just buy Call of Duty because they like Call of Duty. I don't think people who buy Call of Duty say, I want to buy every first-person shooter on the market because Call of Duty is the only real successful one. Battlefield, at best, is kind of successful, but on a successful level, Call of Duty is the best. And I never really thought for the past, I'm really thinking for the past 8 years, there really wasn't a Call of Duty, there really wasn't a first-person shooter audience. But people were really trying to get that first-person money. So everybody was trying to cater to games around the casualness of a Call of Duty. From the Resident Evil franchises to even Street Fighter to all these games were just trying to casualize their games to cater to a pathetic audience that really wasn't there. And I really thought that Sony was trying to do that, taking that to the PlayStation 4. But I deliberately, I'm very smart. I'm very, 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 very smart. And Xbox fanboys are saying, go out and get an Xbox One, man, and get down and get jiggy and do the day-nay with us. And, I was like, no, I'm going to wait. I have to see Tokyo Game Show. I got to see what both companies are going to do because Microsoft said they were going to be there, and they were, but they didn't show. They didn't have nothing on stage. They were just there. I don't know why the fuck they were there. Nobody came to their booth. People walked right back past Phil Spencer. The man has a billboard-sized head, and they still walk past that motherfucker, yo. So I said, let me wait. I gotta wait. Let me go to Tokyo Game Show and wait. And I waited. This probably the only gamer out here that actually waited. A real gamer waits to see where the games are, not just fly into a console blindly and call myself a gamer because I own all the consoles. That's pure bullshit. You're a consumer, yes. Counselor, no. This guy is working on his garden right now and is really throwing me the fuck off right now. Fuck! He's really getting down on the garden right now. He's really throwing me the fuck off. But anyway, check it out. So I waited, and then that's when Microsoft didn't show anything. They were full of shit as usual. And then Sony came out, and I thought they were going to fool as shit me too. And they started off the console by showing Destiny and The Order and boom, boom, boom. But as soon as it got to that halfway mark, that's when the Personas was getting dropped. That's when the God Eaters were getting dropped. And that's when Yeez was getting dropped, and that's when Namco Bandai and was announcing this, that, and the third was coming out. And I was like, oh my god. This is simply amazing. And I went out and bought my PlayStation 4 immediately. What am I trying to get to? Tokyo Game Show was very important for me and probably for a lot of other gamers. Probably just for me. Probably just for me. Let's just be honest here. Let's be honest. I'm 99% sure Tokyo Game Show solidified the PlayStation 4 for me. Microsoft decides to not go to Japan this year. They're skipping out on Tokyo Game Show. They're not going to show at all, even though they promised and said that they're not going to give up on Microsoft. Give up on Japan. They promised and said they're not going to give up. They lied again. We got big plans in store. Now the Xbox fanboys are going to say, well, you know, who gives a fuck about Japanese games? Remember now, go back into the old archives. Going back to the Zombie 70 videos. Go back into the Xbox fanboy videos. Before Tokyo Game Show, they were excited for Japanese games. Not until Japan took a massive shit on those motherfuckers, that's when they decided to take this, you know, we don't care about Japanese approach. Now, Microsoft fanboys, you continue to say this. This is only shooting you guys in your foot. We seen at E3 when Sony came out and announced the Final Fantasy VII Remake, the Shenmue 3s. Shenmue 3 was something that's supposed to be on your console because you guys had Shenmue 2. You guys had the opportunity to buy Sega at the time. You told Sega to eat a dick. I don't know if Shenmue's really with Sega anymore, but still. You could have had that IP. That could have been something that could have stayed with you guys. Man, Shenmue came out, you know, even the game that the creators of Killzone came out and dropped an RPG because of the hotness of art. But I've been saying this shit for years, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny how developers are just now catching on, and I've been saying this for fucking years. Japanese games galore. Oh my god, J-Stars is amazing. One of the greatest, most deep combat game systems. I didn't even know the combat system was that fucking deep. I'm playing with Goku. I'm like, wait a second, I got all these options to play with. We got the One Piece Pirate Warriors game coming out. We got Disgaea 5 coming out in October. I mean, just get the Tales of Zestiria. I mean, it's just Dragon Quest Heroes was another game that was announced at the Tokyo Game Show. Like, Xbox fanboys, did you see the audience reaction when Sony was announcing these Japanese games? People were getting hyped. They were jumping out of their chairs, holding their heads. Xbox fanboys, keep denying the importance of Japan. Your council will continue to go more downer and downer the shithole. But listen, I'm just bringing the news. You guys are losers. Look at the scoreboard, punk. I'm going to leave the video with this. Xbox fanboys, I can't take you serious when you make these videos about saying how superior the Xbox is or bashing the PlayStation. I just can't. This is why. I remember I was watching a football game. I was watching a football game and I seen one team blowing out the other team. Now the team that was getting blown out, at the end of the game, the guy scored a touchdown, right? This is the team that was getting blown out. He scored a touchdown, and he started doing the nay-nay. You know, he started doing his touchdown dance, right? The team that was winning, that was doing the blowing out, ran up to this guy, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Look at the scoreboard." Everybody was dying. The crowd was dying. You know, the players were laughing. It was a complete joke. Xbox fanboys, all I can say is look at the scoreboard, chumps.